My favorite part of our job is when we get to meet people doing extraordinary things, which Detroit, there's no shortage of.
Mm-hmm.
There are people all over the place doing things that, yeah, a lot of people might talk about, but putting words to action.
Exactly.
That's when it really becomes important work.
And I think it's even more important when you're allowing a vulnerability with people. Because I think with this specific person, she's allowing us to get into her story, into her head, and walk life with her, and also realize that her personal experience is others' personal experience as well, so they can see themselves in her. We're talking to a Detroit native, so she's right here from the D. Yeah. She is the founder of an amazing nonprofit. Her name is Jasmine Espy.
Jasmine.
Hello.
Thank you for taking some time this morning to come in.
Yeah, thank y'all for inviting me.
I am so excited to talk to you. So first, can you explain what you do? Because I don't know how to pronounce the disease and condition, and I would like you to teach all of us right now how to say it.
Yeah, of course. So I am a nonprofit I'm a nonprofit founder, and my nonprofit works with people living with a complex skin disease called Hidradenitis Suppurativa, or HS. And so it creates boil-like abscesses any place on the body that there's a hair follicle. Oh, wow. So the only place you can't get it is the red part of your lips, the soles of your feet, or the palms of your hands. But it impacts 1 in 100 people in the United States.
Oh my gosh.
So it is not a rare condition, and it's very debilitating, and it has many different stages, but it's a disease that I'm building awareness about because I've been living with it since I was 13, and I'm 32 right now.
Wow. For it to not be a rare disease, and this is the first time that I'm ever hearing about it, is truly not okay.
Yeah.
But how did, walk us through, what is the impact that takes on your day-to-day life? You kind of explained it a little bit, but how does that affect you as a person?
Absolutely. So because of the presentation of the condition, it creates these boil-like abscesses, but they have this malodorous pus that leaks from the skin. So imagine your skin stretching. It can be from as tiny as a pea-sized abscess to something as large as like a grapefruit or larger.
Gosh.
All of that skin filled with liquid, and it eventually ruptures and creates tunneling under the skin. And so that tunneling is just constantly oozing that pus from the body, and it creates not only social barriers but physical barriers and sexual barriers and things of that nature. So there's a lot of complexities that come with living with this condition that affect you from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep. And I always say that sometimes it's even cruel enough to haunt me in my dreams.
I would imagine. Anytime you have a condition where it's front facing, where people can walk by and see it adds a whole new layer to how you deal with it. And speaking of dealing with it, you've been dealing with it for years now.
Yeah.
What does the treatment look like for something?
Is there any treatment?
Yeah, there are treatments. There are biologics that are on the market. There are 3 that are FDA approved, and there's over 30 that are being developed and researched for our community. So when you think about psoriasis, our community is on the same trajectory as psoriasis awareness and drug development. So we have a way to try to get the disease under control, but we still have a long way to go because there is no cure. We're still in the beginning stages because over the last 10 years, awareness has just built, to where it is now. But even now, you're saying you don't even know about it. So we're not exactly where we need to be, but we're further than we were.
Why was it so important for you to take on this responsibility and become a national leader and advocate for this? I know obviously there's a personal connection to you, but not everyone just gets up one day and says, I want to champion for this. So what was it that really sparked you to be like, no, I want to make sure that people understand what this is and how we can support each other through this? Yeah,
I've been living with this condition since I was 13. I actually got my master's and bachelor's in journalism. And so when I was on my career trajectory, I was connected to the work, but I didn't feel like it was purpose filled. And so as my training as a journalist, I was just like, this is a community that needs a light shown on it. And so I was like, since I have this connection to media, I have this training, and I'm also somebody living with this condition, I'm the perfect person. It's the perfect formula for me to go out there and raise awareness and put attention towards this condition in places that it's never been. So I just really wanted to make sure that no one suffered in the way that I did. did. I've experienced a lot of trauma. I've experienced a lot of heartbreak. And I wanted to show people that you can transmute that. And that doesn't mean that, I'm not trying to kind of like glorify the condition, because it is awful. But I definitely think that we can take that trauma and transmute it into something that impacts people for generations to come.
I love that.
We're talking about awareness and the fact that, obviously we're learning about it with everybody else.
Yeah.
Are there any specific groups of people that are more susceptible, or signs that you should look out for if you were worried that HS might be something that you're open to?
Yeah, so HS disproportionately impacts Black women and people of color. And that doesn't mean that other individuals can't get the disease or don't live with it. Men, women, anybody, race, creed, social economic status, they can go through HS. But there are certain groups that come from marginalized communities who don't have access, when we think about, the healthcare system and, historic marginalization.
Right.
And so when it comes to understanding like how to identify your own symptoms, I always refer to going to your dermatologist, because I'm not certified. But from what I know from my own experience is that, you experience like itching and redness and lumps under the armpits. So sometimes it can be symmetrical. So if you have something on one side of the body, like say the armpits, then you'll probably see it on the other side.
Okay.
And there's dermatologist, Dr. Dave Louie. I was talking to him. He's from Wayne State University. He's a dermatologist studying there. And he said, HS is one of those things that if you think you have it, you probably do.
Wow.
That's so real. And now you've created this nonprofit and now this summit that just happened this past weekend. Take us through why this I Reclaim HS Summit was very important for you to have and every year have.
Absolutely. So hidradenitis suppurativa takes a lot from us, from our social lives, from our, intimate relationships, from even being able to go to work. And so I Reclaim is about reclamation, taking back the things that have been stolen from us, having a sense of getting our freedom back, getting our voice back, coming from outside of the shadows, because we're pushed behind doors because of the presentation of it.
Yeah.
Some people deal with it in areas where you can't see, so I can put my clothes on. So like right now, if you looked at me, you couldn't tell I'm dealing with this condition. But underneath my clothes, you can see that.
Yeah.
And so even though you can't visually see it with my clothes on, there's still a sense of shame. There's still a sense of, I'm not worthy of love or attention or community. And so my idea was really to bring together the community so that they could learn from professionals. Because, as a journalist, I'm like, you need vetted sources. There's a lot of misinformation going on social media, especially around this disease. And we need to have a concentrated space where there can be education. And not only that, but where we can talk about the lifestyle impacts and what you can do. A few of the things that we talked about was not only advances in research and therapies, but we also talked about how to deal with it in the workplace, how to date with the condition, how to utilize mirror work to help to heal some of the trauma when we are dealing with this condition, somatic healing for energy work and things of that nature. So we made sure to hit all of the different tiers of experience when it comes to living with HS at this summit.
And the worst thing that can happen to anyone that's suffering with any kind of condition is to suffer twice. I mean, the condition is bad enough.
Right.
The mental stigma that goes with it, it's unnecessary, but it's a big part of it.
Yeah.
So anyone that's out there, they need information. They want to know more about the program. The next summit that comes around, where's the best source for information?
Absolutely. So my organization, AHSID, the Association of Hidradenitis Suppurativa and Inflammatory Diseases, we have tons of information on our website and on our social media page. So you can look at THEAHSID.org, and that's THEAHSID on all platforms. We have a basics booklet that is free that you can look at that has all the information from treatment to how to get diagnosed, how to connect to community, how to connect to influencers, other organizations, dermatologists, the bevy of things that really help you to know what steps to take next when you're diagnosed or if you're just living with it.
Right.
And I think it's very important to also say, I'm not comparing the two, but I'm using lupus as an example. My friend has lupus, and I'm not privy to lupus before that. So I worked as an ally to learn about it, to learn what her condition was, what she would need if there was an outbreak or anything, because it is a invisible disease. And a lot of people don't realize that invisible diseases are still a disease. It's still something that impacts you. So as someone who may not have it, I still believe that you should go on the nonprofit's website and get that booklet and research and learn what it is, because you never know, your mom could have it. Your kids could end up having it. And it's better to be that advocate and that ally to already know how to help someone. So I just wanted to say that, like, everyone, no matter if you have the disease or know someone who's affected, I believe that we should all get educated on this.
And I can't tell you how many people in my friend circle have told me, because of you, I've been able to educate my cousin. I've been able to educate my coworker. I've been educated. So it's what I'm doing not only is about the HS community, it goes beyond it, because awareness is about making sure other people are aware to help other people who are living with it but don't know how to identify what they're experiencing.
Right. That's what the awareness is all about.
Right.
Jasmine, before we let you go, who does your nails?
My friend Jessica, shout out to Jess, Boho Nail Shop on Instagram. She is so talented.
They do look fly, y'all.
Absolute fire.
And they're press ones, okay? I don't do acrylic. I can't do acrylic, okay?
What was press on?
Boho Nail Shop, yes.
Nail
and
Shop.
she is absolutely phenomenal. Yes. Shout out to Jess.
We gotta give a plug to whoever did it, because those are dope.
Thank you, yes.
Ooh, I'm following her right now.
Please. Please.
Ooh, and I see the nails right here, y'all.
Yes.
On the Instagram.
It is. Hey, we're going to have all the information that you said online at 1051thebounce.com, plus on our socials at The Morning Rollout. But Jasmine, we just want to say, not just thanks for coming in, but thanks for being a voice.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate it. You know, it's not easy, but it's something that has freed me. So because I'm free, I want other people to be free too. You know, I don't want anybody else to suffer, and I want this work to live beyond me. So when I die, I want AHSID to touch generation after generation after generation. That is my goal.
Such a beautiful soul. Like,
Thank you.
Jasmine, you are amazing. Again, all these details will be up on 1051thebounce.com. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate you both.